You're not on every day. I don't know where you are, but like I don't queue into them. So I think people don't realize how often I do queue east. I don't think people realize how often I do queue east.
I hear the whispers of the coming end.
People act like I only queue east like once every 7 days. I queue east at least 30% of my day, maybe 40%. But either way, you know what I'm going to do next split? As soon as this split is over, I will play East for an entire split, and I'll just see what my record is. And then I will take a picture of my record while only queuing East, and then I will make a... command that says !East. Not specifically towards Willie, we're just talking about who's on what queues, but towards the people who are like, oh, you only queue West because there's bad players over there. No, I queue West because there's less streamers over there, and I generally tend to avoid streamers because I don't like playing against other streamers. Unless we're doing like a fun, chill, funny game. So it'll feel interesting to see how it feels, yeah. I mean, I live on the East Coast, so I wonder how much queuing on West affects my win-loss rate because of just latency. When I was queuing in mouse and keyboard lobbies on controller, my record was better than it is right now while I've been queuing like 60-70% of my day on West. I get more losses on West than I do on East. I already know that for a fact. Like, oh, this guy will be 2400 MMR. But it's a different 2400 MMR. Because on West, in my opinion, it's not as easy to climb because half of your games are against kids that are only going to give you 15. Like this. This is no offense to this kid, but like it's harder to climb in West because every win I'm only getting 15, every loss I'm losing 100 usually.
Carry on, my soul.
That foe
has my I'm doubling down. My record will be 2 times as good on East. Not just because of this game, but like every time I queue East, I just go, yeah, no, this is dub. 2400 MMR normally on West, I'd be like, I gotta kind of be careful. It's just different on West because to maintain a high MMR on West, you can't really ever lose because the matchmaking isn't accurate enough. So I guess when somebody's saying like there's a group of better players on on East, it's like, yeah, but what do you consider good? What do you consider good?
The whispers guide me.
I'll lose 3-4 times a day depending on who's on West. I might not lose it all on East unless I queue into Jesse or whoever. Jesse, Sam, probably. Depends on if I'm on request too, to be fair. A lot of times if I'm doing bad requests, I'll try to get to West because there's a better chance I will face somebody like low MMR, which means I just get to mess around, but still, if we're talking about how many good people are on there, still doesn't change. Like, how does he not engage there?
My tasks are
It's a double.
We must retreat. Our injuries, the shadows are replenish the
Sam still plays? Yeah. Sam still creates content. Rexy still creates content, yeah. Yeah, better not give up red buff if I go to East, though. That's true.
swift as a darkness. Carry on, my soul. Resurgence. Shadows, replenish this life.
Fine, fuck that. Strength has failed me.
No. 1v1 Pudge? Oh shit. West has some great players, yes. West has some great players, but people act like West doesn't have any good players anytime they talk about it. It's literally the same superiority complex people get about mouse and keyboard cues versus controller cues. Yeah! No, the place I queue is much harder than the place you queue. No, just for reference, Willie and whoever I've been talking to in chat are not acting like that. Just for reference, I'm not making fun of Willie or anything. I'm just saying there are people who come in here and try and talk shit, and they're like, ah, that's why you queue West. I'm like, I could queue East and get just as many, if not more wins, bro. I don't know who you're talking to. Haven't played in months, hell yeah. Heal yeah, brother. I would rather play a consistent group of 2400 to 2700 MMR kids on East because they are easier to me.
Just as those that
It has less good players, but that doesn't. People act like there's no good players over there.
carry on, my soul. Eyes on end.
Is this game dead? No, it's actually at like the highest player base it's had in a good while.
Resurgence. Shadows, replenish this life. The battle is not yet dead. Walks among you. Carry on, my soul.
Lupo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Shadows, replenish this life. Death's harbinger has arrived. Resurgence. Perhaps it is time to stand down and accept your defeat. It is best not to
I think that's what I need.
anger the fate.
Or I think that's what I've needed. I've need somebody like kind of half talking shit,
Only through this
talking about where I
power
queue
will
to
you
tell me, all right, I'm just gonna
rise
queue on
again.
East and I'm just gonna play a little bit more try hard and just beat everybody. Cool. I'll end up with a fucking 1,000 win, 100 loss record, like I did 2 splits ago when I only queued on East. 2 splits ago at the end of 2022, we ended up with 1,000 wins and like 140 losses. Actually, it was like 980 wins, but I like to say 1,000 because it sounds cool. You'll get bored? Nah, I have a purpose now. I mean, I get bored just playing Smite in general.
Swift as the darkness.
Bring the pain.
Okay.
A plan outside of those resurgence.
Just goading, yes sir.
Shadows, replenish this life.
Bring it on.
Swift as darkness.
Bring the pain.
Resurgence.
Bring it on.
My soul. Shadows do not
Okay, my
replenish this
speeds just
life.
didn't go up.
This
Cool.
is not the end.
Oh my god, shut up, bro. Yes, these knockups have been generous, yes. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Did you switch to mouse and keyboard? No, I've always been controller. Always. Always been controller.
Resurgence.
I did switch to mouse and keyboard lobbies, but I played on a controller. Like, the entire last half of the year, I played in mouse and keyboard lobbies on controller. Controller nation.
Only through this power will you realize your end. Carry on, my soul. Swift as shadows, replenish this life. The bane of our enemies, the answer to their demise. My harbinger has arrived. Resurgence. Only through this power will you realize your end. Shadows, replenish this life. Darkness. Carry on, my soul.
Yo, Shiku, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated.
Resurgence.
Pizza it is.
Shadows, replenish this life.
54 damage right now. 54 damage right now.
Carry on, my soul.
Save my 2 here.
Shadows, replenish this life. Swift as
Bring the
darkness.
pain.
So annoying.
Carry on, my soul. Shadows, replenish this life.
Bring the pain.
Resurgence.
No disrespect at all, but this is 2400 on... No disrespect at all, but this is 2400 on East.
Swift as the darkness.
Out of my way.
Carry on, my soul. Shadows, replenish this life. Resurgence. Death walks among you.
Bring it on.
Carry on, my soul.
I'm not calling him bad. I'm not intending to call him bad. I'm just saying when I'm just comparing relative skill ranks, I think the 2400 MMR Hercules that I run into on West happen to be better than the 2400 Hercules I end up facing on East. And I think it's because it's harder to climb on West. It's harder to maintain higher MMR on West because you're guaranteed pretty much to always lose 100 and guaranteed to almost always gain 15. That's what I'm saying. Since there's less good players... Since there's less good players, you run into less of a situation where you know, you're winning 50, losing 40. Like, that doesn't happen.
Shadows, replenish this life. Resurgence. We must retreat. Our injuries.
I might have to gift Pudge back his 1v1 if this game lasts too long.
Swift as the darkness.
Might have to give him back his channel points.
Only with his power will you realize your end. Carry on, my soul. No matter what we do, carry on, my soul. Replenish this life, swift as the darkness. You have slain an enemy.
Bring this veil.
GG's. No disrespect again. If the guy happens to watch this video, no disrespect at all. Just comparing a 2400 MMR Hercules on East and West.
Carry on, my